We are live from the HPL booth inside for you guys live on YouTube, and we cannot wait because finally, after a couple of weeks, we've been ready, and we are eagerly ready for our playoff race. Race one of the Xfinity Series. It goes down tonight. And wait, what can you say? It is the playoffs, and we finally have our official 11 drivers that are going to be competing for a championship tonight. We're getting ready to see who's going to win race one of those playoffs as we go ahead and announce those drivers that will be competing for a championship. First off, we have Cody the Bear, then we have Elite Precision, then we have Nobes, McCard, Hendrick Nine Chase, Kenny LaFleur, Masopes, Killer XL, Speed Racer, Captain Dead Dad, and normally we do 10, but this time we're doing 11 after what happened at Talladega 2 weeks ago. Wuchia is getting that last spot. So, of course, in case you guys missed what happened on our last regular season race, it was a lot of chaos and a lot of controversy, and yet due to that controversy, it's for the reason why Wuchia is in the playoffs. It's a very chaotic situation for Wuchia, but however, he does get that last spot. What more can you say? He's worked very, very hard, and I can honestly say that he has done everything he could to be able to make his way into the playoffs. So we'll see him tonight. And of course, not to mention, this is the first race of the playoffs. And what more can you add to it? We have a lot of chaos and we have a lot of excitement. What more? I mean, let's put it this way. There's a lot of new drivers that are in the playoffs. We look at Elite Precision. You look at Wuchia. There's a lot of different names different names that we are seeing, and of course, hang on one second. I think. Okay, never mind. I don't think they're trying to get some help from me. I don't know, but anyways, back to what I was saying. But we talk about a champion, a former champion, Emma Soaps, who is competing once again for another championship. He was the season two champion, I believe, season two or season three. Correct me if I'm wrong. And of course, after what we saw last night at the Truck Series, I mean, this is going to be bringing so much animosity, a lot of chaos to start. I mean, what more can you say than having the first race of the playoffs than being here at Chicagoland? Now, I did get a chance to talk to Cody the Bear earlier today. He is ready. He is prepared. And one thing he told me is that do not be surprised if we do see a battle between him and Elite. Those two have been pretty much been making a lot of names, have been making a lot of impact over the last couple of weeks in the Xfinity series. But I mean, you also look at guys in that situation as far as in this playoffs. I mean, you're looking at McCard. McCard's a veteran. Nobes has a chance of winning it all, and not to mention Kenny LaFleur. He got his way in by winning Mid Ohio, and of course, Killer, who is in the playoffs, and another veteran and Captain Dead Dad. Not to mention, don't forget about Speed. Speed has the potential of winning some of these races. And hey, let's go ahead and get a chance to talk about this schedule. Uh, First tonight we got Chicagoland, then we got Iowa next week. In 2 weeks we got Watkins Glen. 3 weeks we got Bristol, and in 4 weeks we got Homestead. So a little bit of mixture, but I like it. I like it because it's gonna bring out a lot of different scenarios, to say the least. And I can honestly tell you that this is going to be a very interesting night. But without further ado, I think let's go ahead and talk about my picks. Now, we talked about this, though, is that this is the first race of the playoffs. And I expect some drivers in this field, I expect some people in this field to do at least decent. But however, I do expect one driver to come home with that first victory. With that being said, I'm going to have to give it to Elite Precision. Elite has been carrying a lot of momentum. He has been doing very, very good. and I don't see why not. He should come home and take a win tonight. I talked about it in Control Chaos yesterday. Elite is one of those guys that who has worked very, very hard. He gets, what, and I can tell you, he loves racing. He loves to race, and I can honestly tell you, he is ready to go out there and try to get himself home a championship. Which we'll see if he even makes it to the final four coming up at the last race of the playoffs. Thank you guys for the invites. I definitely got them, and of course I got my lap counter ready. So uh, we should be ready eventually. So just give me 1 second, all right? All right, all right. Now I'm good to go, and of course, I think they're officially done with qualifying. I'm gonna go double check and see if we can at least get our pole setter. Who will it be? We're about to find out. And of course, Twitch looks to be difficult. Okay, so our pole setter, well, okay, I don't know why it's not taking me to Noob's stream, but okay. But anyways, from what I can see is that we see Lucia in second. Oh, that's very interesting. We see Jackson Altman in 12th, Nobes 8th, Surfside Sack 7th, Masopes in 6th, McCard in ninth, Tyrese in 15th, Dead Dad 10th, Freedom Flyer in 5th, and Small NASCAR in 4th. I'm looking to see if we can get more of our the rest of the field. So give me 1 second if I can do that. One thing, you guys, it is just me up here. I'm gonna do my best to make sure I call all the action. So with that being said, it's gonna take a little bit, and hopefully it may not be the best, but hey, the race must go on, the broadcast must go on, and as they say, the show must go on. And it looks like Hendrick Nine Chase is our pole setter, which or Cody the Bear in third, Small NASCAR fan in fourth. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a very interesting night. I mean, I talked about it though. Hendrick Nine Chase, he is one of those drivers that I feel like needs to prove himself. He has the shot, he has the advantage, and I don't know. I mean, but the problem is though is that one thing that we've seen is that we've seen drivers start up front and somehow make their way to the end. But I do believe that Hendrick Knight Chase does have something to prove. All right. As we're getting ready, getting everything ready, let me know as far as those are watching live. Who do you guys got? Like so far, my pick tonight is going to be Elite, and I think we're all waiting on the man, the myth, the legend himself, Big Jim. Why am I not surprised that we're waiting on an SHR driver? Alright. Like I said before, the broadcast is not going to be great, but hey, that's all we can do, right? But now, as far as the rest of the field, I mean, you look at some of the JGR guys. You look at Speed Racer. You look at Captain Dead Dad. Those two drivers who have worked their way in, and I do believe that when it comes to this style of racing, I mean, I definitely do see some tempers flaring, especially after what we saw last night in the Truck Series. I mean, as long as there ain't gonna be no boneheaded moves, I think the race should be clean and everything should be green for that matter. But yet, as far as everybody's on favorite, I heard a lot of people say that Cody the Bear is going to be the all-time favorite. I've seen a lot of people say that Elite is going to be the favorite. But yet, you can't deny Nobes. Nobes, the guy who has pretty much won the first race of the season, who has worked his way up there, got himself, if I'm not mistaken, 2 wins going into this. Um, and I can honestly say it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. And I do believe that we are in store for one exciting action-packed racing. So, is everybody in? All right. Guess I'm gonna have to go with the flow here. So, yep. All right. Okay. What just happened to the lobby? Okay. Anyways, so once again, guys, and not to mention that is that don't forget tomorrow night we have our Cup Series playoff race. They'll be racing at Darlington when we go to our second race of the playoffs. We'll be heading over to Iowa. That's one of my favorite races, one of my favorite tracks to call, and it's it's crazy, but we'll see how it goes. All right, tempers are already going crazy at the moment, and we're looks like we're allowed to get a chance to join. Alrighty, alrighty, 11 minutes in, and of course, once again, thank you to everybody who has joined. I will try my best not to mess things up for you, and just get ready to go. Probably should put the what's his name? Oh, nope, stream up. Alrighty, and we're live. Hendrick Nine Chase once again is on the pole, leading with Wuchia and Cody the Bear right behind him. Looks like we got the one of looks like see a little bit of lag action. The one of Freedom Flyer up inside the top five. Masopes trying to work his way up inside the 21 of Small NASCAR Fan, who is also in the playoffs. So far, a good lap for Small NASCAR or Hendrick Nine Chase, but he's got a back bumper full of Wuchia. Once again, 11 drivers battling to take home a championship. Once when we head over to Homestead, it's side by side to go. Here comes Wuchia trying to make the outside line work. Cody the Bear is just trying to help Wuchia, trying to push the 36 of Wuchia to be able to make the pass for the lead. They're still side by side. Hendrick's gonna have to block here. He's gonna have to block, yeah. But here comes Cody the Bear. He does gain. It looks like Masop's getting a lot of position too. He's gonna be right there on the inside of Wuchia. Not Wuchia, but Cody the Bear down to the bottom. He's going to try to take the lead away from Small NASCAR Fan. But here comes Masopes. Masopes trying to make it 3 wide, but yet it is Cody the Bear. Oh, contact being made from Masopes and Hendrick Nine Chase. Masopes going to try to make that bottom work, but here comes the TikTok machine of Kenny LaFleur. Small NASCAR Fan gaining 2 spots after what went down at the start of this race. He makes his way to third. Hendrick Nine Chase. Man. As we see a Small NASCAR Fan, he's trying to look to the inside of Masopes. He is right there side by side. Cody the Bear is still in the lead as we have less than, as we get ready to have the lap counter being approached. Small NASCAR fans are going to take the lead away from Cody. Side by side to go contact with 17 laps remaining in the first stage. Small NASCAR Fan takes the lead. This will be the third lead change, I believe. Oh, we see Maso's making a lot of contact with the 21. He's trying to get to the lead. He's trying to change things up as we check on the rest of our playoff drivers. Nobes is stuck behind the 98 of Jackson Altman there, making it 3 wide right there with Elite. Oh, looks like the 1 of Freedom Flyer and 6 of Kenny LaFleur. Let's see who else needs to check on McCard. McCard is right there inside the top 5. Currently in 4th at the moment. Captain Dad, he is also stuck in the back as well. Speed Racer, all 3 JGR cars are stuck along with Lucia in the back. And Killer, he as well. Killer is probably the one guy out of all the playoff drivers that has the worst spot right now at this moment. And of course we see Elite and Kenny LaFleur battling for position here. That is an update on our playoff drivers. Let's go ahead and bring it back to Masopes, who does take the lead from Cody the Bear. This has been a battle that we've been paying attention to. Contact being made between him and Cody the Bear. Cody's going to try to get down to the bottom, try to be able to make a run, but it does not work to try to be able to execute a pass for the lead. Honestly, oh, contact being made between McCard and Cody. McCard taking second place now. There were 3 wide in the back. Yeah, I'll say we have to ride along with McCard here as we see Small NASCAR Fan and Cody side by side for 3rd. Both Masopes and McCard are no strangers to one another. They're best friends, but when it comes to competing for a championship, that friendship is out the door. I'm wondering what McCard's going to do here. He's going to try to take it down to the bottom. He does not. He's going to try to make a pass to Masopes, but will we see some green flag stops? That's going to be the big question here. As we do see a very interesting battle that I want to pay attention to with Elite working his way up inside the top 5. He's trying to push Cody and Small NASCAR Fan out the way. He's getting help from the 22. I believe that is movement right behind him. Side by side they go. But the problem is, though, contact between Elite and Small NASCAR Fan. If these drivers keep battling for position, McCard and Masopes are going to pull away. With less than 10 laps to go. Elite moving to 3rd place. Going to stay right in front of Small NASCAR Fan. Let's go ahead and get back up there with Masopes. Oh, 3 wide position. Oh, Small about hit the wall. It was a little 3 wide situation between him and Kenny and Cody. Small NASCAR Fan loses a lot of spots. He's stuck to the outside. I've been kind of wondering as far as what the strategy is, but these guys are racing like it's the last lap. Here comes Nobes. Here comes Speed Racer. Moving inside the top 10. Captain Dad's still right behind him. He needs to move some spots. As our pole setter stuck to the back. Hendrick and Chase is going to make some contact with the 44 of Killer. As we're now seeing the glimpse of the battle. Elite caught up to McCard. He's caught up to Masopes. Elite's going to try to make the bottom work. McCard's going to make the top work. Oh, Masopes about hit the outside wall, but he still stays the lead as we approach 8 laps to go left in the stage. Very amazed by... Oh, sorry, 7 laps to go. That's my apologies. Oh, contact between Elite! Masopes trying to get down, but he knows not to. He's going to lose the lead. Elite takes the lead. I told you Elite was going to do something. He was going to make his way up to the front, and by God, he did. Joker saw a lot in Elite. There has to be something that Joker's seen in Elite, because Elite has made it one hell of a year, not only with him, but also McCard. Those two are both battling to compete for a championship. Both of them are inside the top three. And by the way, after the race, we will get a chance to talk to our top three drivers. So make sure you guys tune in for that, as we get a chance to talk to those who finished inside the top three. Everything is still going the same. For those who are just now joining, Elite has taken the lead away from the Soaps. We've seen 4 different lead changes in this race, and we're still in stage number 1. Our pole setter, Hendrick Nine Chase, is stuck to the back. As we're approaching 4 laps left in the stage. And by the way, pit road is closed. The only time if we do see caution is if a manual does come out. Stages don't matter at this point, but it is nice to get those much needed stage points. Three laps to go left in the stage. Elite sees the Soaps coming. He sees him slowly getting up to his back bumper, but here comes the 22 of movement. Cody the Bear and it looks like Big Jim. They're trying to battle for the lead. Coming to 2 laps to go left in stage number 1. 3, 4 wide in the back. Movement's got no chance to be able to get down to the bottom. He's stuck to the outside. This is very, very interesting. We see the 39 of Big Jim trying to get down to the bottom. Notables, no other playoff drivers such as Kenny. Looks like I see Speed, Nobes, and that small NASCAR fan in the top 10. So they will get those stage points. White flag this time by in stage number 1. As Soap's going to try to make a move here. Cody the Bear. Oh, he gets loose. He saves it. No pass in sight. Looks like Elite is going to win stage number 1. But Soaps in 2. McCard 3. Cody the Bear 4th. Big Jim 5. I believe we see Kenny LaFleur in 6th. Movement 7th. Speed 8th. Nobes 9th. And rounding out the top 10, being small NASCAR fan. Oh, sorry, that is the Ghost. My apologies. That is the Ghost of the 22. I keep saying Movement, but that is the Ghost. Yeah, I know. Thank you there, Joker. Thank you. Alright, that was a very crazy way to end stage. A very crazy way to end stage 1. Alright, so with that being said, I'm going to grab myself a little drink breather before we get ready for the next stage. Alright, we're back on the way with Elite, bringing us back to green in stage number 2. But Soap's right there in the 11. He gets down to the bottom, and we see a lot of people using that bottom line very, very quickly. But Soap's going to try to use the draft to help him, but McCard's going to get down to the inside. Big Jim's going to make things interesting. Here comes Kenny LaFleur. Speed, who finished the first stage in the top 10, trying to make his way up inside the top 5. Contact being made. Oh, Kenny LaFleur hits the outside wall. Big Jim stuck to the outside. McCard passes Soaps for second. Speed Racer. This is the battle for third here. Big Jim looks like he's got Speed's draft. He's going to try to get by Cody the Bear here. Ghost is right behind Jim, but does he have enough time to be able to make it down to the bottom? Oh, God, let me made over McCard! But Stubbs goes around and lead to the wall. We have a wreck. That has got to be a caution. And it is. No, that is not. We will probably see a manual at the line this time by. That is crazy. I don't know what just happened, but McCard's going to go to the manual in first. Well, let's see who goes to. Looks like it's going to be. Ooh. As Speed goes up to the. Oh my God! Another wreck! Killer in the 4. Well, Terrell the Phantom. If that wasn't a way to bring out a caution, I don't know what else did. I don't know what Speed did right there. He tried to pull a Hart pass through the grass or something. Backfired and hit the 44. Well. So we're actually under our first caution of the evening. That was just pretty wild. Yeah. That was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. Alrighty, so now, with that being said, it looks like McCard is going to be taking us back to green. And it looks like Ghost's going to be right there on the outside. Cody the Bear right behind him. We're back on the way here at Chicagoland. And we are under 13 laps to go. Cody the Bear going down to the bottom. Nobes is stuck to the outside unless we get some draft help. If I can ever get the Nobes, that'd be great. That's what I'm talking about. Nobes needs the draft to be able to catch up to the leaders. Seems to be working out pretty well, but by the time... Oh, he's going to get squeezed to the wall! Makes contact to the outside wall. Small NASCAR fan makes contact with him. Here comes Kenny LaFleur down to the bottom. Cody the Bear working his way up inside the top 3. Kenny LaFleur, we've seen 4 out of 5 drivers that are currently in the playoffs inside the top 5 at the moment. And Ghost is going to get out of the way. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, Kenny's going to get clipped to the grass. Back to the front we go. McCard still in the lead. Once again, guys, we've only had one caution of the night. Cody the Bear is trying to make a pass to McCard. Small NASCAR fans going to try to join the battle as well as Kenny LaFleur. We're seeing all playoff drivers besides Big Jim battling for the lead. And look at this battle for second place. Ten laps to go left in the stage. Very fitting for a race like this to be as chaotic. Small NASCAR fan does make his way up to second. But we see a little bit of 3-wide battle here with Wachia. Oh! Freeman puts Wachia to the wall. And as we're seeing more 3-wide, 4-wide situation. Nove's going to need to stick down to the bottom here. 3-wide. Looks like that's... Oh, that's the 98 Jackson right there. We got to pay attention to this, y'all. Cody the Bear, Jackson, Big Jim, Ghost. Something I talked about is that if these drivers keep battling, they're going to let the leaders pull away. Cody the Bear is not letting that happen at any time. Speaking of the lead, the top 3 at the moment: McCard, Small NASCAR fan, and Nobes. McCard, who has led most of the laps in this race thus far. Elite and Soaps are trying to fight their way up to the front, but I don't think they're going to be able to make up time unless we do get another caution. You gotta be thinking about what's going through McCard's mind. A veteran in HPL. 3 wide battle. Caleb Fleur goes and Cody the Bear. And Nobes is trying to make things interesting for the lead. And here comes Small NASCAR fan. Getting right underneath McCard. Big Jim. Jackson's going to get involved in this battle as well. 2 non-playoff drivers. Six laps left to go in the stage. Nobes gets loose, but yet Small NASCAR does make the bottom work. Nobes in second. Jackson's trying to make his way up to third. McCard's got no choice but to be stuck to the outside. Oh, Jackson trying to get down to the inside of Nobes, but things did not work at the moment. Here comes Nobes trying to make that bottom work. It's a drag race for the lead. Nobes makes the bottom work. Small NASCAR fan tries to block it. As we see Nobes led that lap. Oh, we're seeing some chaotic. Oh, but Nobes makes contact with Hendrick, not Chase. Nobes, who has won 2 races to make his way into the playoffs. He has competed for a championship for Cup, and he's trying to compete for a championship in the Xfinity Series. There's a reason why Captain Dead Dad drafted him, and we're seeing it here, folks. 3 laps to go left in this stage. We see the 39 of Big Jim. Big Jim gets down to the bottom. And this is a very interesting battle for second place because you see Big Jim, you see the 15 of Cody the Bear, 21 of Small, but here comes Elite. After that incident that happened at the last caution with him and Masopes, he is making his way inside the top 5. Mr. Where did he come from? This is very wild, this is very chaotic, and we're glad to have you joining us in the first race of the playoffs for the Xfinity Series. Here comes the lead going down to the bottom here. He gets down to the bottom. Tries to make the pass for third place. Oh, we see Jackson trying to make a very interesting move down to the bottom. As we do see Nobes. That is going to be the end of the stage with Nobes in first. Big Jim second, Cody the Bear third. Elite fourth, Jackson fifth, Kenny LaFleur sixth, Small NASCAR fan seventh. I think McCard eighth, Ghost ninth, and then McCard rounded out the 10th. Yeah, Wachia 9th. Yeah, I'm correct. That was insane. Only 1 caution. We've not seen anything crazy like we usually do in the series. And honestly, I'm very glad to see that. Whew, man. Alright, and I think the big question is, can the 11 of Masopes rebound? We're about to see as the third and final stage is back underway. Big Jim on the outside. 53 laps to go. We will be seeing some green flag stops. Here comes Nose down to the bottom. He is going to stay in the lead. Jackson Altman's already doing something crazy already. 3 wide with the 2 playoff drivers. And he's making contact with Cody the Bear for position. Oh man, this is going to get chaotic. This is going to get chaotic here, folks. Big Jim takes the lead. Big makes contact with the... Oh my god, I'm glad I caught that. The 98 just made contact with the 15 of Cody the Bear. Yeah, Cody's not going to like that at all. As we see 3, 4, 5, but oh! Captain Dead and Cody the Bear get involved. 1 car around. Is that a caution? That is a caution. Wow. Second caution of the night. It is not fuel saving. Man, oh man, I definitely need to grab myself another drink. Because this race is about to get chaotic as we can. Alrighty, as Big Jim does take the lead once again, who passed Nobes for the lead. Backing away. 48 laps remaining. So much for fuel saving, so much for that. Jackson's still in third. The biggest loser out of that pit stop situation has to be Cody the Bear and Captain Dead Dad, 2 of our playoff drivers. Dope's trying to be able to make a battle for the lead. As far as the playoff drivers, I guess you could say Nobes would definitely be in first, but it is Nobes in second, Kenny LaFleur in fourth, Small NASCAR Fan in fifth, and Soaps rounding out the top 5. Oh, we're about to see a 3 wide battle here, riding along with Kenny LaFleur. He's gonna make a little bump to Jackson. Oh, but Soaps gets loose. We're seeing a little gap between Soaps and not Soaps, but Nobes and Freedom Flyer. If I'm any of the guys that's in the back, like Speed, or it's in the back with Killer, McCard, I would just try to get the one out of the way. There's no chance in trying to have 2 separate lines, especially if the one car is holding everybody back. Back to the front we go. Big Jim still in the lead, but this time Jackson in second place. Nobes doesn't have anything to worry about. Once when he gets to the back, he'll... ...44 laps remaining. Nobes makes his way inside the top 5. Let's get to the 11-0 Soaps. Competed in last night's Truck Series playoff opener at Homestead, Miami. Now trying to do something here. Trying to make the pass for third place, and he does get third. This is what's going to be so crucial. Oh, but Stones hits the outside wall. He's going to lose a lot of track position. Loses, I think, 2 spots right there. Now the battle's on between Nobes and Small NASCAR Fan. That second pack is going to catch up to the rest of the field. This is the battle for 3rd place. You can see the gap between 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and of course you see the gap between Nobes and Jackson Altman. The biggest key is, what are these drivers going to do? Since there is no fuel saving, 41 laps remaining. Payne Fleur makes his way inside the top 5. I'll say, yeah, I definitely need to get to that battle here. Oh, we see a very interesting battle between Elite, the 44 of Killer, and the 16 of Hendrick 9 Chase. For the playoff drivers in the back, they desperately need a caution. Big Jim. Joker is sensing a Nobes win. He is right there in 3rd. They're actually gaining on Big Jim at the moment. Big Jim, who's pretty much been leading most of the laps on the stage, trying to bring himself home a win, but here comes Nobes. Alright, looks like we're getting ready to invite JoJo. Okay, I just invited him, so give us 1 second here, folks. Okay. Crap, okay. Let me try to get JoJo in the party real quick here, folks. Give us 1 second. Okay, I'm trying. Okay, we got JoJo with us. Joker, I don't have the internet strength for that. JoJo, are you with us, buddy?
Yeah.
Alright,
What's up?
alright. Okay. If he thinks I have the strength to do it, okay.
No, just back out and invite me to the race. Don't risk it. It'll be quick. Or unless you don't have another invite.
Let me see if I do. I don't. I don't have another invite. Can you join through mine?
Let me see. I guess try your best.
Alright.
Do this.
Let me see. Alright, hang on 1 second here. So, Give us 1 second here, folks. Okay, okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get back to the front. We go. We got Big Jim leading the race.
Big Jim leading the race.
Okay, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share screen. Just say screw it. All right, there you go, JoJo. All right, as we do see the 39 of Big Jim leading the race.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, Big Jim leading the race. Nobes in second, and we've got Jackson in third, Kenny fourth, and Soap's running out the top five. I have seen a little bit of this race, and Nobes is falling back, and he's been able to drive his way up by himself. It's looking like a Nobes win here, I would say, too, Joker. He's looking very fast.
Yeah, he's looking very fast, and not to mention Kenny LaFleur, who is usually good at road courses, is inside the top three. Not to mention Soaps, after what happened in stage two, managed to work his way up into inside the top five.
Yep, the top five pulled away. Sixth place looks like it's elite. I don't know if he's going to be able to bring these guys up. You know how many laps are left?
Once when Nobes hits the start finish line, I will tell you. But however, though, Jim has led most of those laps in the stage. As you can see, there's a separation gap between Elite and Jackson Altman. And the only problem is that there's 30 laps left, and I don't see Elite making it up there unless we do get a caution. So right now, if you're looking at the situation for Killer and Elite for them to be able to make it up to the front, they desperately need a caution.
Yeah, I will say elite. If there's one person in this race that I think could drive him up there, it would be elite or maybe Jim. But these top five, if they stay in a line, it's going to be tough. Think Jim is not in the playoffs. I know Nobes and Kenny and
Hmm.
Masopes are. Jackson's not.
Yeah,
So these three, they can maximize points or they can try and secure themselves into the championship race with a win. I don't know. I know Masopes won't sit. I know Kenny won't sit. And Nobes, if he thinks he can win the race, he definitely won't sit. So I think we're set up for a good finish. As Nose hits the apron, that's going to open the door for Kenny.
yeah, Kenny down to the bottom, and yet we definitely need to see that little battle here. Yep, Kenny. Oh,
Oh, Kenny
Nobes
cleared
makes
himself.
yeah, Nobes makes contact to the outside wall. He's going to stay in fourth.
He hits the apron again. He's going to lose another position to Jackson. And Jackson was falling off a little bit there. Nobes is going to let him by, though.
I believe once when they head up to 28 to 20 or 27 laps, I mean, there's still plenty of time left for Nobes. The problem is, though, he does have a lot of damage right behind him. And, of course, Masobes, I mean, we got to talk about this. So, he was involved in that crazy accident that happened in Stage 2, managed to work his way up inside the top three. And hopefully, if he does finish inside the top three, we'll get a chance to talk about how he managed to work his way up from the back to the front, because that's very impressive for Masobes.
Don't look now, but that 8 car is 100% catching these guys right now. You could just tell entering the corner, it was almost a full corner away, and now it's just down to 3/4. I think he might be able to get there as long as he's on the right pit strategy. He's got to make sure he doesn't speed or whatnot.
Yeah, I'll say, if I'm not mistaken, pit road is a little bit tricky here when it comes to Chicagoland as we approach the 26 laps to go. I mean, we'll see once when we get to green flag stops. I'm looking at Nobes' screen at the moment. He does have 5 laps left on the fuel, so between about maybe 1 or maybe 2 laps left, we should see these guys go to green flag stops here.
Yeah, it's these top five all seem pretty close in pace because when they were side by side for second, Jim pulled away, but they were able to get right back to him. So it's really hard to tell who's
Yeah,
got the car
watch for
and just
Kenny though. Sorry to interrupt you, but watch for Kenny. He did make his way up to the left rear corner panel of Big Jim, trying to be able to make a pass for the lead, but he does not execute it.
I think he's just going to be working with him right now, especially coming to green flag stops. It's scary being the leader, especially if you're in the playoffs. So I think he's just going to ride with Jim until pit stops, and you know, just about how you get on there. The league
Yeah.
race I was just in, I was actually at Chicagoland, and I sped from the lead and ended up finishing 13th as Jim might be pitting this time. He's went pretty low. So did Nobes.
We'll see here. I don't think Jim's going to come down early. No, he's going to stay out. But he does make his way up to the outside wall.
Nobes is gonna go into pit road, so he's gonna, and so is Ty Racing. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens here. Is he gonna be able to jump anybody?
Yeah, I'll say that's a very interesting strategy. Two out of the four JGR cars are coming down to pit road, or should I say three in Speed Racer. We see a lot of drivers coming down. Would that mean our leaders are going to be coming down to pit road? Big Jim is slowing down. He is coming down. Kenny is going to be staying out.
Looks
He's
like
the
he
only.
tried to save a little bit of fuel during the run.
He's trying to be able to lap some cars here. Yeah, Ty Racing comes out. Everybody comes into pits. The only one that has not officially made his pit stop is the sixth of Kenny LaFleur.
Yeah, if we stay on board with him here, going into pit road, we could. Oh, and Killer's also still out there. There's a couple guys still out there, but
Here
we can
comes
see
Kenny. He's gonna have a really good pit road entry.
nice and calm. He's by himself. That's what he wanted, as well as Killer and McCard. McCard stayed out an extra lap. Hello, McCard. Now,
I
it's
mean,
going to be interesting to see how that extra lap or two holds up here. We will see.
it's gonna be interesting to say the least. Not to mention, I mean, with the type of strategy that LaFleur made, as we have less than 22 laps to go at this time. Let's
22
go.
laps to go. That's probably enough to make it. As the 39 enters back on the track, Nobes, that's just what one lap difference can do. Nobes clears the 39 and the 11, and he's been fast by himself from what I've seen so far. So let's see what Nobes can do. Is he going to get ahead of the 6? He's he pit. Yeah, look at the 6 is just coming out. Oh, Nobes and the 39 and 11 are going to be ahead of Kenny. He's going to
That
come on a little early there.
that's a little bit of a bold move from Kenny LaFleur, and it's a good thing we caught that on camera for the admin to see.
Yeah,
As Nobes, go ahead.
I don't know, I don't know the rule. I thought it was dotted line. He came a little early, but we will have to see as he falls from first to fifth. That's what a 2 lap difference on tires can be. As Nobes has got the lead, Jim and Masopes working together look like going to be able to get to him. Are they going to push him or try and go around him? We will see.
Do you think Joker has the magical crystal ball? Because he did mention, you and him both mentioned that this looks like a Nobes win. Is this going to be a Nobes win?
We're about to find out. Just 20 laps coming to 19, I think. I can't remember. Nobes is holding his 4 or 5 car length lead right now. I don't know. I think the draft is on lowest maybe. So it's going to be hard for those two just by themselves to get there, but they're slowly getting there.
Yeah, 19 laps to go left in of this race, and once again we will talk to the top three following our coverage of this race. And once again, JoJo, I definitely do appreciate you for coming out and helping me. It's a little bit late, but hey, the show must go on, and of course, you being the veteran, you being the experience, what is it going to take to win here? As we see Big Jam going down to the bottom.
It's going to take some patience because this track, you can get some runs off the corner behind the leader. It's just hard to pass on the outside, so you got to time that run. At least you see Nobes get stuck out there, but coming off the corner, he's able to maintain speed. So you can get runs. You just really got to get to that bottom line and get around them.
As we see what would happen with Big Jim and Masopes. I mean, think about this though. I mean, the top three are OGs, are Big Jim, Masopes, and Nobes. Veterans who have been part of this league for quite some time. We've seen a lot of memories with Big Jim's races at Martinsville to Masopes winning his first ever Xfinity championship, and not to mention Nobes, one of the most memorable moments at Talladega, helping somebody to push his way to a win. All three of these drivers have memories, have a lot of experience in HPL. It's kind of crazy to see, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say if these guys get side by side, you see a couple cars a little further back there. I just remember that 8 car. If these guys start getting side by side with 12, 11 to go, you can gain probably a half a second each lap, and he's probably only a second and a half, 2 seconds back. So this is not over yet. I think it's about to get really interesting here.
This is why we love getting a chance to call every race every night. And of course, next week we will be going live from Iowa for our next race of the playoffs. And the question is, who will have a lot of momentum going into this race? Who will be the first one to say they get a chance to compete for a championship? We'll find out at the end of this race, or will we find out at the next race? That's gonna be the big question here. Masopes in second. You got a chance to race with Masopes last night in the Truck Series race. Talk about the experience and the veteran that Masopes is, especially when it comes to these types of playoff races.
Yeah, the thing with Masopes is, mis- considering me and him raced each other for freaking six
Oh,
years. Oh, Nobes tapped the wall just a little. I think he's gonna be okay,
yeah,
but he's always gonna race you clean. I mean, we were side by side with 2 to go, and he could have adored me. I could have adored him, but we didn't touch each other. And
hmm
unfortunately, I got wrecked by someone in this race. But yeah, you can expect clean out of Masopes, and usually the good karma gets back to him. Well, I think he's mine picked to win this race.
yeah. I definitely don't blame you. Not to mention, you was also one of his drivers at the time. Am I right?
When?
Uh, I think didn't y'all used to race together in Penske at one point, or no? Did you leave, or did he leave Penske when you
I
joined?
I think we raced CGR together a long time ago.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so can we get a lap counter? I'll try and
Uh,
keep it in my head.
once when Nobes does get to the line, I'm gonna head and do a little chance to check on everybody else. But of course, we're back up with the later. Once when Nobes, he will eventually. I think we might have 16 to 17 laps to go. We officially have 12 laps to go. That is good math on my end.
So since his stream is delayed, yeah, so we're at 12 to go.
Yeah,
So we're coming to 11 right here on your screen then, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. We are coming to 11 to go live right now, compared to Nobe's delayed stream.
Coming to 11 to go. The top three still single file. Kenny was able to get around Jackson. Jackson's fallen a little bit. Um, Nobes is going to move the 11. Nobes said
No,
it's go time. He has the long run car. Can he get that 39 of Big Jim?
not to mention with this being a low draft, this is going to be a very interesting situation at the moment. We're going to ride along with Nobes, but look at the six of Kenny LaFleur coming up to 10 laps to go.
10 to go. Jim is just holding his own. Very strong. Jim's, like you said, a veteran. Top three still veterans. Kenny's a little bit of a neutral. He hasn't been here super long, but he's been here for a little bit. He's trying to show these guys he's got what it takes. He's on that 11's bumper, looking to the inside. He's just going to push for now. You don't want that 39 to get away because
No,
then that eliminates everyone's chance. Nobes is looking like he's struggling just a little bit to get to that bottom lane. He may have some front end damage because that's usually what happens. Maybe not. I don't know. Kenny's looking to the inside. He gets. Ooh, nope. Masoga's
oh,
going to shut the door. So still
yeah,
single file. About 9 laps to go. I
yep.
think coming to 8 this time by.
Yep, coming out this time by 3 out of our 11 drivers that are in the playoffs, battling to see who can be the first one to go and compete for a championship. I think we're going to be racing at Miami for the last race, and of course, Nobes is working his way up there. He's catching up to Big Jim. They catched his draft. What can they do here with 8 laps to go?
Yep, 8 to go. Nobes is there now. It just took him a couple laps to get rolling, but he's there now. He runs a little higher. He arcs the corner.
That's definitely what amazes me. 7 laps to go. I mean, Big
It.
Jim, he's got a lot of nobs right behind him. Go ahead there, JoJo.
I was gonna say that running, he arcing the corner like that helps a little bit. It just doesn't get him enough speed to get there, get there. I guess.
Yeah.
Did Nobes hit the apron? He did.
Yeah, but he does save it
Blocks,
though. He blocks the
blocks that
11.
11. Oh man. Think coming to 6 to go this time by. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, you're right. It is six to go, but Masopes is going to try to. Oh, I thought he was going to make the pass to the inside of the 18 of Nobes. 6 to go. Big Jim, his buddy Sharp won the Charlotte Roval. Can he be able to win here tonight at Chicagoland?
Yeah. Oh, it's just the race is just getting started. Here we coming to 5 to go. 5 important laps. These 3 of these 4 guys are in the playoffs. They want to maximize points. You don't want to wreck one another. I
Yeah,
mean, unless you really
yeah.
hate each other, but
They do have 2 lap cars. They have Hendrick Knight Chase and Speed Racer in front of them, so if they do catch up to them, hopefully they will get out of the way. This is what's going to make things interesting. Kenny is trying to make the pass to the Soaps right there for third.
them two side by side, dooring each other. This is what Nobes needs. Nobes needs to make a move now while these two are spaced out. Coming to 3 to go.
Nobes does not make it down to the bottom, but he's going to have to do something here. His time is running out.
He's got 3 laps to go. As Kenny's gonna.
4 laps to go.
There's 4.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, so they're coming to 3 to go.
Yeah, coming to 3 to go. Yes.
Nobes got a little bit of a run. It's not enough. Man, I don't know why. I would be making a move right now. You had the space to the 2 behind you. Now
One
they're
thing
right
to
there.
point out, Kenny's on 2 lap fresher tires. Remember, he pit later than all of them. So if he can get by Nobes, I think he's in a good spot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Nobes
is true.
seems to have a long run
Oh,
car.
look at the
Oh,
apron.
can you get the apron? Here comes
Yeah.
the Soaps. This is the 18's chance again. 2 laps to go coming to this time by. There's 2 lap cars. Hopefully they don't pull a Wuchia,
Or they don't pull of never
the
mind.
captain.
No, not that. But anyways,
That'll probably do it for Mason and Kenny, splitting
yeah,
up that group.
yeah,
2
I
laps to
agree.
go. Nobes is good in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, it seems like he lacks a little bit. He really sends it in there. I'm shocked. He doesn't try and arc it a little bit. He's got a shot, though. He definitely has a shot. He's there.
Yeah, but the one thing about it though is that Jim's got the speed on the straightaways and what he does in 3 and 4, but Nobes he's going to need to do a better turn this time. Coming up
That
to
was a
the
good
white.
one.
Yep, coming up to the white flag this time by for Big Jim. What can Nobes do? Does he have enough time? Can he be able to make the last lap pass?
He's got a run. Oh, man. He's good in right here, 1 and 2.
Good run right here. Good chance.
Oh,
Good
come
chance.
on. Here we go. He looks to the inside. He's not there.
He's going to have to make contact. He's going to have to get straight down to the bottom. That's a very interesting
Oh,
move.
man.
He does not make any time. Big Jim
Coming
for the
to the-
final time in 3 and 4. Going to the straightaway. Big Jim is going to win Chicagoland with Nobes in second, with Soaps in third, Kanan LaFleur in fourth. And
I'm just kind of surprised. Nobes had a run into 1, but he didn't even, I don't know, maybe just the car, but just didn't really try and make a move at all. But good for Jim. One thing to point out now, with a non-playoff driver winning, 2 drivers will make it on points now.
yeah, and
Or 1 driver minimum, I'm sorry. 1 driver will make it on points.
yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, you would think that with the first race of the playoffs, we see somebody, in the playoffs be able to make a win, but no, that is the case, and Jim is definitely a perfect example of it.
Yep. Let's get those 3 in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll send them an invite so you
Yep.
don't have to.
Yep. Thank you. That was a very interesting race, and hey, not bad for the first race of playoffs. We've only seen 2 cautions, so good job for this Xfinity field. I know that throughout most of this entire season, Joker, you're a perfect example of it. You've seen it, a lot of chaos, but a lot of carnage. But tonight was not the case, so definitely got to applaud to our Xfinity Series drivers on that. But of course, there is a lot of beating and banging. Of course, what we saw with Cody the Bear and Jackson Altman. But this is going to be a very interesting situation. Of course, not to mention a very interesting conversation when we get a chance to talk to Nobes. Nobes had a lot of opportunities for him to be able to make a pass to Jim. My question is, we'll figure it out. All right.
There's our second place finish. Nobes.
Yeah,
Nobes.
go ahead.
Congratulations on your second place finish. I'm going to ask the question everyone's thinking. Did you not have enough speed to make it to the inside on that final turn?
No, I had backed it off a bit too much, and the tires are just gone. The rears are spinning a little bit coming off the corner, so there just wasn't enough to make a good enough run.
Even knowing Big Jim is not in the playoffs, respectable driving by Nobes. Well done, Nobes. That earns respect, surely from everyone in the league. It sure earns my respect. Good finish tonight, and Joker, Jake, you got any questions for him?
Yeah, absolutely. Nobes, I mean, not to mention this, so I mean, you came into this race being the one driver that had 2 wins, and of course, you come home with the second place. Will that carry that momentum going into Iowa next week?
Absolutely not. I suck at Iowa.
All right, very well said. Joker, do you have any questions for Nobes?
Yeah, I think you've won here before, but was this like your best chance to make the Final Four on a win? I don't know how you did in the stages, but um, I definitely think you're still in the top four. But do you think this was your best chance to win?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I'm okay, I think, at all the other tracks, but I definitely wanted to just win here or essentially not make it. So, but we'll go and fight in the other track and see what happens.
Well said. Let's go ahead and get a chance to talk to Masopes. Masopes, are you with us, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, man. First of all, I want to say congratulations on coming home with the top three finish. My first question to you is: we saw what happened to you in stage number two. You pretty much got involved with a little incident with you and Elite, but how in the heck did you manage to come home with this top three finish? You worked your way up. I mean, it was very awesome to see.
Yeah, just very typical of Elite to wreck me at a mile and a half so far this season. So whatever, that's fine. But very typical. No, I mean I had a really good car. I was probably like third, fourth fastest car on the track. I mean I was up front all stage two, and it wasn't hard. Once the 15 and the one and the 36 and 54, whatever else they were doing from like seventh to eighth at the start of stage three, just I got underneath it, and good thing I did because I did not want to be a part of that at all.
Well, I mean, with this top three finish, I mean, will that carry a lot of momentum for you going into Iowa this week?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm like not bad at Iowa, but I'm not. I don't think I have the pace to win. I don't think I have a pace to win at any of the next three tracks. But with Jim winning the race, I mean that opens up a point slot, and I feel like I could maybe put myself in that position. And just props to Nobes and Jim for racing clean at the end. Like that's how you should do it, right? You don't need to be sending guys with five to go for third and let the leaders pull away or any of that. We all raced it out as clean as we possibly could, and that's what it's about.
Mm. Well, Nobes, I mean, not Nobes, Jesus. Masopes, first of all, I only watched the last 30 laps, but I was in here for those 30 laps. Congrats on third. You did seem to have a winnable car and sometimes a fifth place car because the top five were all pretty tight. Obviously, Kenny and you battling with two to go didn't help, but if, say, that battle didn't happen, you think you would have been able to have something for Jim and Nobes?
No, I mean I was gonna race them clean, and it's impossible to do anything at that track without moving somebody. And Jim even said, I get you're in the playoffs, do what you have to do, whatever. But that's not,
Oh,
I was gonna race them clean. So, but what you said with Kenny, I wasn't trying to battle him at all. He just hit the apron. I got underneath him, and like I just said, it's impossible to do something in the last few laps when there's maybe three or four of you because something. The two guys that aren't doing anything is gonna pull away.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, I talk highly of you, even though me and you hate each other sometimes, but it's all love and respect. Congrats on your third place, and go win next week at Iowa.
Yeah, Big Jim is my daddy.
uh, Joker, do you have any questions or comments you wanted to say to Masopes?
yeah, I said this is how your book ends. You think this is off to a good start?
I don't answer any questions.
All
Oh,
right.
thank you.
All right, so is our race winner Big Jim in here?
Right here, buddy.
All right, first of all, I want to say congratulations. This was your first win in quite some time. How are you feeling right now, man?
Feeling pretty good. I'm very surprised. I shouldn't be surprised that Nobes didn't move me, but I'm just surprised that we had a clean finish in the Xfinity Series. I'm glad to see it, and That's our first win since I think the Roval and Xfinity last year, which was also kind of Mickey. But I'm glad to be back in victory lane.
Well, I mean, not to mention that, I mean, you saw, how much she was pushing, and the battle between you and Nobes. Was you kind of expecting Nobes to try to pull something, try to push you out of the way on the last lap at least?
No, no, that's not how Nobes works. Me and him have a good relationship. We don't usually move each other around. There's some people in this league I'll move, and there's some people in this league I'm sure Nobes will move, but we have an agreement that we're not going to race each other dirty.
Well, with you being the non-playoff driver, I mean, do you think that sets a lot of standards for you and the rest of the non-playoff drivers?
I'm fully expecting to get moved by playoff drivers when push comes to shove. I mean, I'm basically just a field filler at this point, and everybody has a right to my back bumper. I don't want it to happen, but I know that it's going to happen at some point. Iowa's a very good place for that to happen, so I mean, I don't expect us non-playoff guys to get a lot of wins, but Jackson's fast, I'm fast, and Small's fast, so you never know.
Very well said. Take it over to JoJo.
Oh, Jimmy, Daddy Jim, Mr. Cock, congrats on the
Sup,
win.
baby?
Congrats on the win. Um, well, you said you weren't nervous about Nobes bumping you. I didn't see much of the race, but it seems like you were the dominant car. Would you say someone else was faster than you that race, or were you pretty confident last stage when you were leading most of those laps?
Yeah, actually, me and Elite Precision came from dead last and second from dead last to get up there in the top 5 in stage 1. We had pretty fast cars. I think Elite might have been the only car that was faster than me, and he had a hiccup there in stage 2, stage 3 that really eliminated him from it. But other than that, Mason was fast. Nobes was probably class of the field. I feel like he had the fastest car in the long run, but I was able to keep it out in front of him. And I mean, clean air at Chicagoland, it's really hard to get around that unless you move somebody. So I kind of was the beneficiary of clean air.
Yeah. Well, congrats to Mr. Jim. Me and him secretly talk crap on each other in the Discord, but it's all love,
Secretly.
like I said. Just like me and my soaps whenever we go at each other's throats. So, congrats to Jim and go win another race at Iowa.
I love you, JoJo.
Okay.
All right, Joker, do you have any questions or comments you want to say to our race winner?
Yeah, Jim, you were a person who lost out on a championship for spot in season 5 because of people winning. So just talk us through how that feels for you to be able to win a race and potentially shake up the playoff field.
I don't like going back on that. YB definitely did not deserve that spot. He only raced like 3 races that entire season. Somehow took my spot and just took it straight to the inside wall at Homestead. So, I mean, I'm a little frustrated over that one. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to decline to give you any further answer on it.
2 declines by Joker. Joker, how do we feel about that here in the booth after being here for the final 5 laps?
Yeah,
That's interesting. Alrighty. Well, first of all, I wish you 3 the best of luck at Iowa next week. You guys are free to go. We'll talk to you guys next week, alright, bud?
Yeah, man, free Mufasa.
Of course. Alrighty. Well, that was a very chaotic race, and real quick, I want to get a chance to thank Joker and JoJo for joining me. JoJo, I'm going to start off with you. We saw the type of impact that non-playoff drivers can make. Do we expect any more of that come next week at Iowa?
Yeah, Chet Holmgren did just hit a 3, but I do really think that Jim will be up front per usual, and I think Noah's Bull's pretty good there. So it's going to be interesting. I think front runners are going to be front runners, Elite, Kenny, and Iowa can be a multiple groove track. You never know. So we will see when it comes time.
All right, and Joker, my last question I'm gonna ask you is that with a lot of intensity and animosity that we're seeing with the Discord, do you think we're gonna be seeing a lot of beating and banging come Iowa next week?
I feel like Xfinity can make the widest track ever, Wreckfest, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that next week.
Very well said. Well, hey, JoJo, Joker, thank you guys so much for joining me, guys. That is it for us up in the booth. We had a very chaotic, very crazy race, and of course we can continue with that tomorrow night for the Cup Series at Darlington. But hey, from all of us here for Joker, for JoJo, I am Jake for the Xfinity Series. We'll see you guys next week at Iowa.
Keep Mufasa locked up.
Okay.